the session. So there's few more people, let them join. So can anyone say what we saw in the last class? What and all we saw in the last class? Yes, someone was about to speak.
JDBC.
Okay. In JDBC, we had seen 4 steps. Can anyone say what are the 4 steps we saw?
Loading the
Loading the
driver,
driver,
creating the
creating the
connection,
connection,
and
and
creating the
creating the
statement,
statement
and
and
executing the
executing the
query.
query.
Yeah, exactly. So, hope these basic steps are clear enough because that are the main pillar to remember. So, is that clear, everyone? So, if yes, you can just give a thumbs up so that I can just move to the other step. Yeah, cool. Right, just share my screen. So, hope so in our last class. So hope my screen is visible. So in the last class we had seen the creation. We had open. So we had created our database. First we had created our database. Then we once you create your database, make sure you execute this one. So you can just click on Control Shift Enter or Control Enter. It will get executed. If not, if not, you'll be having something called execute here. I've already executed this, so I'm not getting this getting highlighted. So if not, you'll get it in a yellow color so that you can click it and you execute this program first here. Then later you switch back to your code. So as we know, first we had created our class, then later we had given our credentials. So I had created a file name called JDBC demo in my workbench. So this is what I'll be using. So I've created a JDBC demo. So I had given the same values here. Then had given my username and password. So usually the username will be root as we are using local host. So if you want, you can give your user, you can change your user, but sometimes you'll be facing issues. So please go better with root. So then we had using try catch. So this is using threads try catch method. So then we had created our JDBC driver. Then we had created connection. So connection from this Java to SQL connection. So for connection we had used our URL. So I'm fetching my URL, I'm fetching my user, and later I'm fetching my password as well. Okay, then I created insert. So insert part was done. So do you have any doubts in insert? Any doubts so far in insert? So shall I move to the next step? So in CRED operation C is done. So we need to do RUD, that is read. So shall we move to the next step? Do you have any doubts here? So you want me to go through with this? So steps for connection of JDBC. So load the driver, create a connection is done, create a statement is done. So execute query. So query is also being executed. So first for create connection, I've for statement, I've given create one. So we'll be moving to the next step. Okay. So I have given here. So I have also given what is this. So localhost, that is server, send MySQL port, JDBC, that is data type. So then MySQL will be our protocol. So this is a flow will be following all over. So this question will be asked in your interviews. Say what are the steps to connect JDBC to SQL. So if not, they don't mention SQL, then you need to start explaining this JDBC connections. Now the connection of JDBC is nothing but SQL itself. So make sure you understand that. So then the last, what is driver manager, what is connection, what is statement, what is result set. So these are the questions they'll be asking in your interviews if you're mainly focusing on interviews. So, okay, let us move to the next step. So, before moving to the next step, we'll just execute this. Okay. So, I have my, what is that? Sorry. So, my query has been executed. So, I've already executed it. So, last time itself. So, I'll just share. So, I had already given my input data, that is one. So, duplicates doesn't take here. So, once it is created, you need to keep changing the numbers. So, I'll just again go run. See, I've got connected successfully, one row inserted. So my create like one row is been inserted already. Okay, so creation is done. So I'll teach you this closure part is nothing but you'll be closing this. That's nothing else apart from that. And this is catch statement. So we know to come out of that we'll be using catch. So next we'll be moving on to read statement. So till now we saw C. Okay, we are using CRUD, right? C, we saw how to create it. Next we'll be seeing, sorry, how to read it. So now string. So I'm selecting my query. Okay. So hope you guys know this SQL statements like select, star, then from which database or which this thing. So I'm using students here, so I'll be using students itself. So first I had given select query, then I'm using select result set. So I have already said result set is nothing but which stores your query results. So that is the reason we called result set. So I'm creating a result set here. Result set, I'll give rs is equals to st dot execute select query. So select query was my name which I had given here. So I'm fetching that. I want this result to be stored here inside rs. So that's the reason I'm giving select query result here, and I'm storing it inside that particular thing. Next I wanted to print. So inside that print ln, what I'll do is I wanted to print here like student data. Okay. So it is like when I execute this particular read, okay. So when I execute this particular read there, so I wanted to get an output saying that student data, okay. So that's the reason I've given student data. Next, while. So why do we use while loop? Anyone? Why do we use while loop? Any idea? Why while loop are used?
To travels.
Sorry, come again.
It is to travels.
It is used to travel.
Uh, in a statement.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes. So inside for loop I wanted to travel, so I'm giving my int id. Okay, int id is equals to I wanted to get value. So you will be knowing what is get method, what is set method, like you might have already learned it. So I'm not going in brief with what is get method and what is set method. So I wanted to mention it if it is an id. So I wanted it has to get that or fetch that id, that particular id. Then string name. So I have given my name, right? So I wanted to get my string name. So it is something like you reading your value. So it is like when you give an SQL statement and in query you will be giving like select star from students. So what output do you get? You get your id. So for example, I had given 2, my name is Yashu, then I have given a value that is marks. Okay, so I wanted to read that. So first what do I have id, so it will go get my id. Then next what do I have my name, so it will go get my particular name from that. So get string. So I want to get my name. Then later I need to get my marks. So that is what we had given, right? So now I need to get my marks. So I'm giving int. So marks. So now inside while loop I have given everything. So I wanted to fetch my id name and id name and marks. So I've given all the things which I required. Okay, so next what I'll be gonna do is, so I wanted to print statement now. System dot out dot print ln. So how do you want it? So how do you want it to display it? So first I want my id to get displayed. Then later if you want you can use any colon or slash, anything as per your wish. I'll take a slash. Okay, so to make a same view like SQL, so then I'll take again a slash, then plus marks. So my task is done. So I have given read query now. Okay, so as I've given read query, I need to close it here. Okay, I've used an SR, right? So for that I used to close here, like close the resources. So before, what our step is like, first step is load, connect, create statements, then execute queries, then we are closing the resources. So that's the reason I've taken RS here. So here I'm closing the resources. So now my yeah. So now I have given this. So let me execute it. See, connected successfully. Yeah, sorry. 1 second. So it is something like duplicates value doesn't take here. So I've already given 2. So that's the reason I'm getting it. See, I've given, so I've given first one as issue 90. So ID I've changed 2. Then again I've changed for 3. Okay. So for example, if I change it for 4 now. Okay. See, I've changed it for 4 now. So I'll get 4 now. So the more you change, so duplicate values are not allowed here. See, I've got 4 now. So this is how you read the data. So do you have any doubts in reading the data? So any doubts in reading the data? So in reading data, it is very simple. First, what you'll do is using string, you will select the query. So for selection query, I'll be taking the statement like MySQL statement, select star from student. So then that values I'll be storing in result set. Okay. For that result set, I have given a random name called RS. Okay. So I've given the RS and I'm executing using ST. One second. I'm using executing using ST. Why? Because ST is my statement where I've been creating this, right? So this is my statement. So using these particular value, I need to fetch my datas. So that's the reason what I'll be gonna do is I'll be using this particular HT here and I'm executing the query called select query. So it what happens is it will take this statement and it will go to workbench and it will execute. So once it is executed, it will say it is a student data. So I'm getting saying that student data here. So I'm getting connected successfully. Why I'm getting this? Because I'm creating here. So create connection. Once the create connection, you'll be getting the output. So next you'll be going into insert. So insert I've already thought. So next what I wanted to do is I wanted to fetch my ID, name and marks. So I wanted to display it like this. Okay, first my ID, then my name, then the marks. So what I'll do is I'll go inside the while loop and I'll be executing one by one. So first is my ID. So using RS, so I'll get my int value. So int using my RS. So here you'll be getting a values, right? Once you execute this query. So that one I'm fetching here one by one. Once I'm fetching here, I'll be printing out one by one. So ID first, name first, then marks. So I'm getting ID first, name plus, then marks. Then I'm closing this and it is coming out of the loop. Then execution is done. So do you have any doubts so far? Shall I move to the next one? So shall I move to the next one? One second. So do you have any doubts? Because I'm going a bit slow here, even though we are lagging, that's fine because I want you guys to understand the concept because JDBC is very important. When you go to interviews, they'll ask the questions most of them in JDBC. Then Spring Frameworks. So is that clear, guys? If you are clear, please give a thumbs up so that I can move to the next step. So I'll get a confirmation saying that you guys have understood the concepts. Yeah, that's good. Then yeah. So next we have seen this. Next we'll be seeing update. Next we wanted to update same procedure string update query. So I wanted to update query. So I'll be giving the queries here. Okay. So what exactly happening in this is instead of giving queries in your SQL, you will be giving queries here. Okay. So using this query, it will go execute the query in the backend and it will fetch the data and it will give it in your Java. So that is the main concept here. That's it. Nothing apart from that. So instead of using that every time and instead of go executing there, you will be executing here. That's it. So I'm setting my marks is equals to 95. Okay. So I have so many values here. Okay, so for example, I wanted to set my marks for 95, but I have so many IDs. So I have 1 2 3 4. So we don't know which exact ID I wanted to change. So I'll be using where my ID is equals to 2. Shall I take 2? Yeah, we can take 2. Anything is fine. So I have taken 2 here. So I wanted to update query. So I've taken update query here. So this is my update. So I wanted to update it. Uh, so I'm giving my marks. So you can give any of the marks of your choice. You can give 95. You can give any values. So then you can give the ID. So which ID you want to take. So that is where we'll be using where. Where exactly you want to fetch. Where exactly you want to change your marks. So that is the reason we are taking where keyword here and we are giving ID. Okay. Then I'll take int update. I wanted to update my rows. So is equals to st as I mentioned. So I'm using st there. So I'm using st. So from st only we are fetching the data, right? That is the create statement. So I'm fetching the data here and I'm storing it in a data update rows. Update rows. So is this step clear? So next I'll be giving system dot. So inside that system.out.println, what I'll do is I'll print my updated. So I'll print my update rows. So this particular is there, no? That I'll be taking here. Okay. So I'll give my rows updated once it has been updated. So I wanted to get saying that my row has been updated. One second. Updated. One second. So once it is done, so I've given my marks here. Set marks is equals to 95 where my ID is equals to 2. See, now my marks has been updated for 95. So is update clear? So same concept you'll be using everywhere. You'll be just giving the queries there. So once the queries is there, then you'll be printing it. That's it. Nothing else apart from that. So this is very simple concept and very easy. So it is something like if you know SQL queries perfectly, so you just give the queries if you want to update, if you want to set marks. So if you want to delete it, you will be using this step instead of go updating everything in your backend. So you will be using this. So I wanted to delete it now. Okay. So delete where ID. So I'll give my ID. So think I'll delete my ID 3. Okay, I'll delete my ID 3. Then same int. So I'll give deleted rows. So I'll give deleted rows st dot execute. So I wanted to execute this. Then system dot out dot println. So inside that println, I wanted to give this. So I'll give this. Then I'll say rows deleted. So now have given this. 1 second, let me change this to 7. So I've given my third row. So third one should get deleted now. See, one row has been deleted. That is third row. So it is showing one row updated, one row deleted. So this one is getting updated and this one should be deleted now. So one, it has been deleted. So that is why I'm getting it is been deleted now. So is that clear? So is that clear? Do you have any doubts so far here? Shall we move to frameworks? Spring frameworks. We'll see definitions and we'll be moving to the next step. So do you have any doubts here? So do you want me to give a quick overview about this whole program? Yes, no, or shall I move to the next concept? So if you have any doubts, please let me know right now so that I can move to the next concept. Clear? Yes, no. Okay. So hope everyone is clear with this concept. So I'm stressing it out again. This is very important for your interviews. So only I'm asking again and again. Are you guys understood? So just don't think JDBC is tough. It is very easy compared to Spring. So just queries you'll be giving, you must know where to make connections. Connections, username, password should be perfect and load connections. So those 5 steps if you learn, if you keep it in your mind, it will be very easy. Okay. So next we'll be moving into Spring Frameworks overview. So what is Spring? So basically Spring is used to build a framework. Okay, so build like a what do you say, enterprises applications easily. So it is like for example, you'll be creating an object, right? So for object, what you'll be giving is like, for example, if you are creating an object, you'll be giving like engine e is equals to new engine, and you'll be giving like this. Yes or no? Then for car, you'll be creating like cars, like I'm just giving an example. Then car, and you'll be calling it, right? So this is called manually creating dependencies. Okay, so by using strings, what we'll be doing is we'll be creating it automatically. So string creates engine and eject into the car automatically. So first what we'll be doing is like we'll be creating an engine and we'll be keeping inside the car. So we are writing the code manually. So whereas in string, using string, object is being called automatically using string. So for that we'll be writing XML code, and inside that XML code what will happen is if you create a class, so it will go there, it will search, and it will automatically create a object instead you writing manually. So till now we were writing manually, now it will be taking automatically. So that is called Spring. So Java frameworks used to build, so I used to build applications easily. One second. So used to build applications easily. So what exactly this Spring does is it removes your boilerplate codes. So you will be like boilerplate is like sorry, I said it in flow. So boilerplate is nothing but like big codes you'll be writing each and every statement. So in coding we'll see it as a boilerplate code. So writing that everything and tight coupling, complex configurations, so these kind of stuff if you use these all together, and so when it comes to testing it will be very hard to test. So to overcome all this, so without Spring what you will be writing is, without Spring you will be manually creating an object. So with Spring automatic object will be created. So here we'll be using loose coupling. Okay, then it is very easy to test. So that is the reason we have been skipped into Springs. So where it comes to small projects you will be using objects manually. When it comes to big projects you can't go create objects for each and everything. To overcome that object problem we have be using string frameworks. So is that clear? So is the definition clear? Do you have any doubts here? Yes, no? Any doubts here? So in definition, do you have any doubts? So shall I move to the next concept? Okay. So you just remember the what I said. So you just remember the real-time examples. Okay. So here you were manually taking that engine and you were placing inside the car. So here using IOC. So that is inversion of control. So it is something like so if you are going on a wrong path, so your parents will be controlling you, yes or no? So you can remember this. So this is mainly used for controlling. So normally what you will be doing is, normally you will be, I'll take this example itself. So now normally what you'll be doing is you will be taking a car. Okay, so think I've taken car, C is equals to new car. So you control object creation. So you are controlling object creations here. So for controlling this object creation we'll be using IOC. Okay, so whereas you will be creating, you will be controlling using this way. Whereas it when it comes to Spring, so whereas it comes to Spring, what you will do is you will be taking car, C is equals to content dot get bean. So you might be thinking what exactly this bean means. So bean is something like you'll be using in your XML file. Okay, while it coming to the coding, I'll teach you what is bean. So where you'll be using bean, why we use beans and all stuff there. I'll be teaching that because in theoretical part it will be very confusing. Like you'll not get what exactly. So in till now we were using this method. Okay, for creation, and we were controlling it manually. So now using spring we'll be controlling it automatically. Okay, so spring will be handling everything. So it will creation, controlling everything, it will be handling. So so this is called object creation is given by a spring to. This is like, I'll just type it so you can remember. So object creation you will be giving to a container, spring container. So you will be controlling this and you will be giving it. So think, for example, think you have an hospital. Okay. So think, without IOC, what you will do is, what doctor will hire nurse manually. Okay, so for example, think I wanted to get into doctor field, so or any related to medical field. Okay, so it is something like you go with a referral. Okay, so without IOC, it is something like you go with a referral, and it is something like the referral person will be recommending you, and full influence kind of stuff. Okay, so this is where you will be giving it manually. So the person is going manually and giving my documents to the head of the department, saying that she'll be joining this group, this particular group from tomorrow as a nurse, or any other kind of medical stuff. Okay, so with next, so with IOC, what is the difference between that? So with IOC is like me going automatically. So I'll just put my resume there. So hospital will be shortlisting me, and they are calling me manually. So sorry, they are calling me automatically. So I am not going manually there with any referral. So they are calling me automatically by shortlisting my resume. So that is the difference between with and without. So is that clear? Do you have any doubts with and without IOC? So string is used to create an object. So to control that object, I'll be using IOC. So is that clear? Is that clear? Do you have any doubts there?
Yeah, we are clear.
So everyone, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next we'll be moving into a project. So I'll be creating an like new one project. So if you have any working set or any other stuff, you can just relate it here. So you can add your project to working set. So if you are adding like one particular, for example, if I'm using front end other another software and this one, you can link it. Okay. So if you want, you can just click it. So I don't want any filter categories. I'll click on next. So is my screen visible, everyone? happened to my PC? Just a second, it has got stuck. 1 second. Actually, my laptop is a bit slow. Like, try doing like create a Maven project. So you'll be clicking filters is not required. Any of the filters is not required. So remove the filter if you have any filter type. Then later, then Maven will be loading here. Okay. So you'll be getting something like Maven archetype. Or archetype quick start. You'll be getting those. 1 second. So you'll be selecting anything once the Marvin is loaded. You'll be getting a something called Marvin archetype quick start. So once it is done, you'll be clicking at and you'll be clicking on next. Okay. So then once clicking on next, you'll be giving the project details and you'll be finishing it. 1 second. It's taking a lot of time. This all categories. So why? So 1 second, I guess I'm not able to find it. I'll just add arc here. So I'll just type the arc here itself. So it is arc dot apache dot maven dot archetypes. So this is my ID, artificial ID, maven archetype quick start. So if you have a latest version, you'll be getting there itself. So you can just select it from the drop down. So I'm using the old version, so I'm not getting it. So there's a no drop down. So version it is 1.4. So if you don't have, you can just type it manually and you can take it. So sorry for the interruption. So Apache dot arc slash map. So okay. I'll just fix this because mine is a older version. So I'll just fix that. So do you have any doubts so far? So it is very simple. Just go, click on file. Okay, just click on file, create a new project. You were giving Java project till now, so you'll be giving Maven project. That's it. Okay, then later you'll be coming inside and you'll be checking out the Maven art type. Then inside that you'll be giving next, and your project will be created. So you should give a group ID and antifact ID also. So you can give any of the ID of your choice. So group ID you can give us like com spring, com dot spring, or even the ID you can like spring demo, spring test, anything of your choice. So it is a very like, before doing that you can just even check the box here like that, just show it. So what's that new? So you can just click it here, clean simple project. So if you wanted to skip that version, so directly you'll be landing here. So you'll be giving a ID here. So I'll be giving small dot spring. So this is not a best practice, but best practice is that. So that is the reason I went there. So if not, you can go this way also, but best practice is that. So I'll be just creating. I'll be giving. So click next. So I've given the packages jar, and I'll be giving my name spring demo. So if you have any description you can give. If it is a parent project or anything, you can give the values here. So important is that you need to create a folder inside that and you need to start working. So is that clear till now? Do you have any doubts so far here? So in the next class, we'll be executing file, we'll be giving dependencies, we'll create XML file, and we'll be seeing the automation of object creation, and we'll move into the dependencies. Then we can move to the next topic. So is that clear? Do you have any doubts? So do you have any doubts in CRUD operation JDBC? That is very important. Do you have any doubts? Any doubts? So I'll just finish it. So see, I've got my Maven project here. So this is not at all the best practice, plus please go with that. Okay. So see, I'm getting created here. It is getting created. So we'll be seeing this in the next class. So thank you. So if possible, I'll take class tomorrow and day after 2 days. Is that fine? So that we can move forward and we can learn more topics in there.
Hello, Shashwini. Shubham here.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
I just wanted to ask that how many classes will be per week? Is it three classes or is it randomly? I think
Only 2 days, two classes.
per week it's two classes only.
Yeah, yeah. So hope
Okay,
this
okay.
had
Then we
been mentioned earlier itself, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Then we how we shall update our work diaries for daily basis, like shall we refer to the calendar itself?
So I have no idea about this. So my team will be speaking to you. I'll just forward your question to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So they'll be
Okay.
handling this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any doubts apart from this?
No, I don't have. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. We can wind up our session for today, I guess. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.